Hey guys, welcome back or welcome to my channel. If this is your first time clicking on a video, my name is Talya. Welcome. Make sure you smash that subscribe button so you can become part of the TN family today. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoy and want to see more, and make sure you hit that gray notification bell so you get notified every time I post a freaking video. This video, guys, is super exciting. I'm posting my first ever story time. So if you guys want to watch this story time video, it gets real juicy and exciting. Make sure you grab some popcorn, a little snack, and let's get into the video. Alright, guys. So in this story time, I'm going to be telling you guys about how I got this job. It was my first, well, not my first job, but my dream job. I've been waiting forever for this. It was a full-time 8 to 5. It was really like 7:45 to 4:30, but you guys get the point. It was full-time, and of course, I got a freaking stalker. So, if you guys want to know, let's just jump in. Guys. Y'all already know I'm shooting this before work, but I've realized that it's easier to do these things before I go to work, so that way when I get home, I can edit and get these babies popping for you guys. Today is Monday, and little do you guys know, I'm filming 2 videos today, so yay. Keegan will be in the next video. He's obviously in school right now. But let's just jump into it because I don't know how long this video is going to be. And I have to leave in like 45 minutes. So I'm just going to give you guys a little backstory of how I got this job. Hold on. Okay. How I got this job and how it kind of led up to my stalker. I'm obviously, for privacy reasons, I'm not going to name the places that I worked at, and I'm not going to mention any names, but yeah. So a little backstory is, you guys know that I'm a server at a local restaurant, the one that I work out now, same one. So I was just there waiting tables. I had actually put in a 2-week notice, and this certain day was actually going to be my last day. I do put that in parentheses because obviously I'm still working there, but we'll get to that. So I was just waiting tables. I was so excited. I was such in a good mood because it was my last day. I was finally getting out of there. And so I was waiting on this table that I've actually had before. They were just like regular guests, and they're very bubbly, and I just love them so much. So I was very interactive with their table. I loved it. You know, I kept going over there, you know, just whatever. Towards the end, I had given them a dessert menu because one of the new desserts on the menu was a banana split, and that's actually one of the only desserts the server gets to make. So I was like, you guys should get it. Like, I'm going to make it for you. I'll make it so good, you know, yada, yada, yada. So, of course, I sold them on the banana split. So the banana splits at my restaurant are huge. Like, if you saw this thing, it actually looks like a banana boat. So I had taken it out to the table, and they were just like, oh my god, you know, this is crazy. We got to talking, like, how I have waited on them before, and they were so happy to see me. And I was like, yeah, you know, this is perfect. I'm glad I got to be your waiter today. I mean, waitress. Because today's my last day at this restaurant. And they were like, no, like, why are you leaving, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh, I'm actually just going to a different restaurant to serve. If you know, it was Hooters, whatever. We're not even going to get into it. So that's where I was going. And they were like, oh, you know, you just don't seem the type to work there. You know, have you ever thought about being a receptionist? And I was like, oh my god, yes, that's my dream job. I've tried to apply, but I can't get on anywhere because you have to have experience. And obviously, I don't have any. I only have 5 years of retail and serving. And they were like, well, I work in an office. You should call me. You should come in for an interview. It'll be great, you know, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, oh my god, okay. So they ended up leaving, and I obviously had to keep working, and I was telling everybody how I have an interview for a receptionist and blah, blah, blah. Y'all, you get the point. So I don't even know how it happened because I ended up going to Hooters. I worked there for a little bit, and so the next day, I guess this was on a, yeah, so I started Hooters on, I think, Wednesday. And then that next Thursday, I had No, maybe it was Tuesday. I don't know. Either way, the office job. I went there on Thursday for my interview, and remind you guys, I had bronchitis. I had a super bad cough. I barely had my voice, but I was not missing this interview. So Thursday morning came around. I went to my interview, and we talked. It was really wasn't an interview. Like, we just laughed and stuff about how they had just came to my restaurant. Everything was good. So she told me that she would give me a call back in a couple days to let me know how everything went, because she had to go talk to the upper people and blah, 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 and, the whole nine. So I was just like, okay, whatever. Go about my day. Well, I had already decided that I was no longer going to work at Hooters for a couple reasons. I was dating my fiancé at the time, and I'm a mom, and I wasn't feeling it. It was so cold in there, like, I don't have any clothes on, basically, so I just decided not to go with the Hooters. I was just going to stay at the job I'm at now. I think that's how that played out. So, anyway, I came home from the interview, and I was taking a nap, because obviously I was really, really sick, and while I was napping, I woke up from a missed call from that company. So I called them back, and I'm like, hey, what's up? And they were like, you start Monday. And I was like, whoa, like, I wasn't expecting that. I thought I was going to hear from y'all in a couple days. I was so excited, like, whoa. So now I've started this job. Okay, so now that I've started the job, everything's good, I'm sitting at my desk. I'm loving it, Oh, my feet are killing me, guys. I'm dying, seriously. Okay, let me see how I'm going to. So, everything's good. Now, the job that I worked at, I was basically a receptionist for construction workers. That's where they did their application, their drug test before they went off to the job. Now, there was some local workers, but there was also some out-of-state people, and the out-of-state guys, I could just do their application and stuff through the phone. So, it's not every day that I saw these guys, but if they had issues with their paychecks, if they were local, then they could obviously come into the office. I was in charge of answering the phone, their payroll, so if they had problems with anything, they came to me, obviously. I had a really big role at the office, actually one of the hardest roles ever. I did payroll every week for almost 100, 150 guys. It was so stressful, guys. I absolutely hated it. I got paid really, really good, but just don't know. I don't think it was worth it. Now, if you know construction workers, you already know the type of guys they are. Now, I'm not saying if you are a construction worker, do not take offense to this. I'm just going by the experience that I know, the place that I worked. Now, this was like temporary work for these guys, and they were rough. Like, I'm just going to put it out there. These guys were rough. I worked with criminals. That could have been from stealing or whatever, but they were rough. Now, don't get me wrong. Some of them were so sweet, and still to this day, I miss some of the guys just because they were the best. One of them called me Lashes because my eyelashes were so big, and fake, but the majority of the guys, they were rough, they were just coming and working because they had to pay for child support or whatever the case may be. And like I said, for the majority of the guys, I never saw them face to face, but still dealing with some of the guys through the phone, like, it was rough. And as you can tell, I'm a small girl. Like, I'm really small. I would get there. I was supposed to get there at 7:45. Now, remind you, in the office, it was me, a recruiter, and the manager. And then there was 2 guys who came and go, but they weren't really in the offices. So, when I got there at 7:45, I was by myself until about 8:15. And I didn't like that, because if a guy does come in and want to do an application, I'm not kidding you guys, these guys are sketchy. Let me just put it this way. One day, I was doing an application with a guy, and I don't know, he was young, so I know that he knew how to work a computer, but, like, if an old guy came in, I would just kind of do the application for him on the computer so we could get it done and go. These young guys were flirting with me, they just wanted me to do the application, so I'd be right there next to him, but I was just hurry up and doing the application so I could get these guys and go. Well, in the application, I have to ask if they've ever been to jail or not, and he's like, yeah, I just got out, and I'm like, okay, get away from me. But, you know, everybody deserves a second chance in life. If you serve your jail time and you get out and you do you, like, do you, boo, get your job, get you whatever, you know, about your way. But this is kind of where it takes a turn in this story, and things didn't go my way, and I knew I had to get out of here quick. Y'all wondering what's in my water bottle? I dumped the water out and put sweet tea. Okay, so my job was very chill. I love the people I work with. They're like family. I still talk to them today, you know, everything like that. But so some days when I didn't have a babysitter or whatever, and I had to bring Keegan to the office, you know, that was fine. They let me bring him, which was amazing, you know, that he could just sit right beside me and play or whatever. Well, there was this one guy who always liked to come into the office and basically just cause drama. And, you know, if there was guys like that, my recruiter didn't make me deal with him. I just pushed him to her because she's been here longer. She knows, like, I'm young, I'm pretty, you know, whatever. Guys are going to try to flirt with me all the time. So she would just take him where I wouldn't have to deal with him. Well, it was becoming like a regular thing, and we noticed that he was always coming in, always finding excuses, like wasn't showing up to the job, but wanted us to put him on another job, his pay wasn't right, you know, just excuse after excuse after excuse, just so he could come into the office. Well, he came in one day, you know, bye, whatever. Well, the next day, I had my son with me, and we were coming into the office. Now, you guys just picture where the office was, it kind of was just like a hole in the wall. Like, if you're just driving on the street, you can't really see it. It's just kind of there. And on the opposite side, there is a grocery store. And then way down the highway over here is a gas station. But from the gas station, you cannot see my work. And if you can just see the building. Like, you're not going to be able to tell, like, what cars and who's standing around, okay? The gas station's way down. Like, you're going to have to drive to get down there. So, me and my son, I'm just getting us out of the car, and we're walking inside to go, you know, sit down and work or whatever we're doing. Well, next thing you know, I get a call, so I'm picking up, and I'm like, hello, how can I help you? And the guy's like, hey, it's me. And I'm like, oh, hey, like, what's up? Do you need to know, like, about your paycheck? And he's like, no, I was just wondering, is that you and your little boy that just went in? And I'm like, oh, yeah, are you coming in? Like, cool, where are you? I don't see you. And he's like, oh, I'm way down here at the gas station. I just see you guys, and he's really, really cute. And I was like, oh, let me put you on hold real quick. I told my recruiter, I said, guess who's on the phone with me right now and telling me that he can see me and my son all the way down from the gas station? And she's like, let me pick up the phone. You know, that seems kind of weird. Then he'd always be popping in the office, you know, he'd be like, oh, you know, how are you and your man? Like, and I wasn't engaged at the time. I had this little bitty, like, promise ring. And he'd be like, oh, are you engaged? And I would lie, you know, I'd be like, yeah, I'm engaged, like, back off, boy. And he'd be like, well, your lips are so nice, or you look so pretty. I could just stand here all day and look at you, girl. And I looked at him, I said, when you came in for your interview a couple months ago, you had your wife with you, didn't you? How are you and her? Oh, you know, we're good, but she don't look like you. Thirsty. Boy, you're thirsty. Get on with your wife. You want me call her up? She's on your emergency list. You want me call her and tell her what you're saying? Because I bet you she wouldn't appreciate it. So that happened. Then one day I was just minding my business, you know, answering the phone, blah, blah, blah. Pick up the phone, and this man is cussing me out like, F-U-B, you're such a B. I'm going to come down to the office and beat you. And I was like, hold on, what? What the heck did I do to you for you to turn around and be cussing me out? I didn't even say nothing. I put him on hold, and I told my manager to pick up the phone. This man threatened that he's going to come down to the office with a gun and all this. You're going to come to what office? And you remind you guys, when you walk in that office, I'm the front desk. You are not coming to no office with no gun with me here. That happened with 2 different guys. Like, they were threatening to come to the office with a gun. So me and my recruiter would lock the door, you know, calling the guys who weren't readily in the office to come over, come protect us, you know. Like, it was so scary, guys. Like, I hated going into work. Like, I'm telling you guys, the money was not worth it. It wasn't worth it. So, I'm telling you guys, these office people love me so much. Like, they really did. And they were so sweet. So sweet. And I hated to leave. And I hated to tell them that I was going to leave. But I just cannot work in a place where I don't feel safe. I have a baby boy to go home to every day, you know. I'm not big enough to be protecting myself if a man comes in here with a gun. I don't know. It was just very scary. I hated it. I would call my dad all the time, like, Dad, and you know, he lives 2.5 hours away. What's he going to do? And, you know, as much as he wanted me to have a full-time job and I had great benefits and this and that and this and that, my son comes first and nothing else after that really matters. So I had to do what was right for me, myself, and I, and that was not it. So I got out of there. I gave them a 2-week notice, and I left. Tears were shed. It was really sad, but like I said, I'm still really close to them, so I don't know. Life takes you where you need to go, and everything else will just fall into place. I'm back now at the restaurant that I started at. You know, I never really left, but I was just picking up. I was working there like once a month. But I'm back. I work there Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday morning. It works better now. You know, I was off the whole summer with Keegan before he started kindergarten. We spent every single day together. And now I don't work at 7:45 in the morning. So I can take Key to school. I can come home, chill. And then the restaurant works so well. Like, they know I have to leave by like 2:15. So I can go pick up my son. It just works out, you know, for all of us. So I'm really happy that I got out of there and I just feel more safe. And unlike a lot of people, I love serving. I love waiting tables. It is so fun. I love all of my guests. It is hard work, but I love it. So this is just what I'm doing right now. I've been thinking about quitting in the beginning of the year and doing a stay-at-home job, but I'm not 100% on that. Of course, I'll keep you guys updated. Hope you guys enjoyed this story time. More of the story. Just be safe. Know your surroundings. If you don't feel safe, you know, call for help. Get out of that situation. Like, life's too short to do something that you hate. So just be careful. The world is a scary place. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, that is going to be all for today's storytime video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you in my next video. Mwah. Love you.